All jazzed up. What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome to another episode of BS for Build. In today's episode, we're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to get this truck registered for the first time. We're going to get plates for it. We're going to go get a trailer for BS for Build, our first trailer, and get a trailer hitch thing all hooked up on this truck. And we're going to, the guy that's never really driven a truck for very long is going to drive a truck and a trailer today. Fingers crossed I don't hit anything. We're also going to do a cost breakdown on how much it costs us to build this Raptor. Stay tuned. So we're going to try and pull the old sneak down to the DMV, get registered, and get some plates for this thing first off. And away we go. Kyle, would you like heated seats in this here luxury truck?
Yes, I would.
Ah, the buttons are on the screen. Oh, no, you don't. Aha, there we go. Fancy. I'm seriously just so worried about hitting something. This is going to be a dainty drive down the road. We made it! The maiden voyage. We made it multiple miles. Now, I believe the line here is going to be about an hour and a half long, so this could take a while. So on the first drive over here, I got a lot more comfortable driving such a wide truck. It's so blurbly, that engine, it almost sounds like it's misfiring. I hope it's not misfiring. I don't think it is. It sounds solid when we get on the throttle, but it just blurbles a lot, low end. Anyways, the line's super short, so we're just gonna grab our paperwork and head on in. Is this where the paperwork is? Yes, I'm looking for registration for a Coors Light, Mr. Coors Light. Just wrapped up at the DMV. We've got a temporary trip permit on the back. We went ahead and got some vanity plates because I came up with a hilarious thing to put on the truck. So you guys are really gonna like that. I'll show you when I get those. So we're on our way to Skepus right now, which is kind of, who cares? It's north. And we're gonna check out this like huge yard of a bunch of different trailers and look over our options and find the one that's gonna work best for what we need to do. All right, hook a right at Dan's Auto Body, and you go into trailer land. Oh shit, that's not the road. Trailer land's this way. Is this an IQ test or trailer retail location? Trailer Wholesale Northwest, aka Trailer Land. These guys were nice enough to open for us on a Sunday, so that was very cool of them. We've got lots to choose from in our towing capabilities. I would love to get an enclosed one, but they cost a lot of money. And the sizing's not really right. They don't make a lot of like 16, 17 foot enclosed. So this right here is option number one. This is a 16x7 and it's a tilt, so you can see that the whole thing is a tilted axis. It should give us a little bit better angle of approach, but they are a lot more spendy. And the reality of it is that normally when we go to pick up a vehicle, it's busted. And so the angle of approach isn't as important, but it's something interesting and definitely worth looking at, and I'm going to weigh that against the price of the other ones as well. And this other one right here is the alternative, and it's going to be cheaper, but this is the angle of approach, which is actually like a lot harder to get over than I was expecting. So now I think we're just looking at prices. Now, does the other one have the spare tire holder on it? No, I don't see one. Aha, we might have some work to do today. All right, so the price difference between the tilt and the kind of standard is, it's about $700-800. We're talking about like, 28 to basically 36-ish around there. But for us, with how many busted builds we have, being able to tilt this thing down to the ground, and we have this full blade section right here, and essentially we could drag builds off so we could start working on them. I think that that's really important. Plus the advantage of the angle approach is really, really important for all the low vehicles we got. So we decided to spend the extra money and go ahead and get it. So we're gonna go ahead and spec it out and get some accessories as well. As far as accessories that we got in here, we're definitely gonna get a extra spare for it, and I'm gonna go ahead and weld on an arm, hopefully today, that is gonna hold our spare, because we are planning on hitting the road very, very soon here. And then I would really like a box, so they got some cool box options here. I'm gonna go black because that's my style. So we're gonna do that, and we actually got sponsored with one of these already, so we're gonna install that in a couple minutes. so we can take our trailer home. All right, so we just finished the paperwork on our trailer, and he's gonna go ahead and bring that out. We went with the tilt trailer. I think it's just a much better option for the type of work that we do. So now we gotta install our trailer hitch, and a viewer was really cool and told me to pick up one of these weight-safe trailer hitches. So I hit them up, and they very graciously provided us with one of these for this build. It's very, very cool because it shows the weight that you have on the hitch. That way you can tell if your load is imbalanced from the front or the back, if you don't have enough weight or you have too much, you know. So that's really good for a newbie like me to make sure that I'm not screwing up. And they actually sell a lot of them here too, which is a good sign. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the installation of this, but I will include a link in the description if anybody's interested in picking one of these up. I'll include a link. Got our trailer hooked up for the first time, got our waist safe hitch on there. Everything's looking good, except for we have no lights coming through the system right here. We had a little bit of dirt in the connector in the 7-blade, so we're gonna start troubleshooting that and figure out why we don't have any lights. All right, we figured out our connector issue, kind of. I mean, we use zip ties, but it's figured out for now. And you can see I got the emergencies on and we're blinking on both sides. We're legal, we're legit, we're ready to go. This is cool Raptor stuff. You could, it's got like, you can name the trailer. And so they towed 6,898 miles with their last trailer. So we just reset it. This is called default trailer. And information screen, tow haul. Oh, we're not doing that yet. Very interesting, very interesting. So I'm gonna try and get the trailer camera on here so I can back up and not kill anything right now. I'm so glad the camera's in focus for that whole thing. You guys are welcome. I'm gonna figure this out. All right, we are off. First time owning a truck, first time trailering my own trailer. Ah, there's a car. That was a professional driver, private closed course road, just for the record. We just finished our first like 25-mile trip with the trailer. It's driving great. I'm feeling very comfortable driving it. It's actually way, way, way easier than I thought it would be. And everything's going great. So we're just stopping off at Harbor Freight now to buy some supplies, some things like straps, potentially some other security stuff, and backup chains and things like that. Back from Harbor Freight, and the Eagle has landed. Actually, this is an Eagle brand trailer. So we're here and we got some trailer mods that we're gonna wanna do right away. But before we do that, I obviously wanna do the cost breakdown of the Raptor. How much did it cost us to build this build? All right, so as we do, I'm gonna play through some time lapse of the build, and then I'm gonna break down some of the parts. So starting off, we bought this Raptor at auction for $23,300. Not a stellar price considering you can get some clean title ones online, a little bit older, a little bit higher miles for like 20,000 bucks. So it's not, that wouldn't be a good deal right off the bat. But as I mentioned, I saw some things that this truck already had as far as upgrades. So it had a Roush Stage 2 supercharger kit, which a lot of people are saying Raptors come supercharged stock. They do not. So that is an $8,000 supercharger kit before any installation fees or anything else like that. And then it has the Fox 3.0 external reservoir shocks up front. That's a $5,000 kit. So it does come stock with Fox shocks, but not the 3.0s. So that is a $13,000 kind of discount, I would say, because those are things that I would have really loved to have if I could have had my way. So if the original truck costed $23,000, you can just basically take off those 13 grand of discounts, and it's kind of like we got a busted up Raptor with a salvage title for $10K, which is, that's in the ballpark, right? So start on the repairs. We got the lower control arm, that was $600. We had a new knuckle with a new hub, that was $280. We replaced the CV boot, that was $20. And then going into the body work, we had a new fender with the fender molding, that was $250, and then we replaced both the headlights, which were $210. By the way, never buy those headlights, they're absolute garbage, and we are replacing them as soon as possible. eBay special headlights, bad idea. far as wheels and tires, I have sponsors for those, so I got them replaced for free, but we had one damaged wheel and one damaged tire on this thing, and I think it would have been about 500 bucks to replace that wheel and tire combo. So that brings the total of this build. It all costs, said and done, $25,160 for a supercharged Raptor with upgraded suspension, but it does have a salvage title. Not a bad deal. Now that I've driven the truck a little bit and knowing what other trucks cost, I'm very happy with the paying a little bit more money up front, getting the supercharger and that upgraded suspension and all that other stuff, because I think it looks fantastic. I'm really happy with the way that it looks and it drives, and I'm happy with the kind of spec that we have. You will not find another supercharged Raptor out there for sale for like 25 grand. It's just not gonna happen. All right, on to trailer mods. I got a bunch of steel out and I was ready to use my welder, but it doesn't look like we need to. We bought a Harbor Freight spare tire carrier. We bought a spare tire from the trailer place. We're gonna go ahead and install this on one of the pockets in the back. One of the cool things about this is if, you know, we decided we need to move it around or whatever, it's detachable. So rather than me welding it onto the trailer, we can move this around if we need to later on. Okay, we got our spare installed, and as you can see, we got this box next to it. We're making sure both of these could fit happily back here. It's a little bit weird how we have to mount this box because the latch for the tilt mechanism is actually behind it, so we gotta have enough room for the latch to kind of function all the way up and down and get our arm in there. But we're gonna make it work out. So this actually bolts into this rail right here, so we're gonna go ahead and bolt that up, and it's cool because it's a locking box too, so we can store stuff in this overnight. Alright, we got our box installed. We got our ratchet straps for when we do have a load on here, and we got our grease gun so we can grease up any of this stuff as we do break in, and then we'll lock that up and that'll be good. But before we do that, we got to finish off by putting our security chain in there. So what we're gonna do for an added level of security, we have all this stuff going on around there with our tow hitch and our locks, and you know, there's a lot of locks that you can put through there, but they're all kind of small. So what we're also gonna do is we're running a really heavy duty chain that we're gonna go through the wheels here and padlock together. So let's get cutting some chain. All right, we just finished our little chain and lock hookup for those two wheels. This is the amount of keys that we have just for the locks on the trailer, so it's quite a lot. Beast for Build key tag available now at beastforbuild.com. So these will go in the glove box, so we don't lose any of this stuff. All right, I had to run out of the shop pretty quickly, so I just detached the trailer, left it at the shop, and drove the truck home. We got TJ Hunt and his whole crew coming over, and the BS for Build crew coming over to my house. We're gonna watch some Game of Thrones tonight, so it should be a fun time. In the next episode, we are off-roading the Raptor, and I'm gonna push it as hard as I possibly can. So tune in for that one, and I will see you guys soon. Peace! Come on.